Bam. Here we go. We're live. Perfect. C. Smith, what's going on? Let's see. All right. I'm all set up. C. Smith, what's going on? We got 4 people in here. Probably has something to do with that I made a post about the live and had it where you could be reminded. But how is everyone's day going so far that is in the live? What is my set of the day? My set of the day. Here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 new fragrances. 6 of them are going to be for me. 2 of them I'm giving away. I'm not like giving them away just like for my YouTube, but I'm giving them to D Samples, which is who I traded the Gucci Guilty EDP and Bad Boy Cobalt for. I have 2 fragrances that I will be giving to him to, make up because the fragrances broke. They didn't like leak all of the stuff, but it wasn't what I had traded him. What's the latest cologne buy? Honestly, it's been a hot minute since I've actually bought a cologne. I want to say my most recent cologne buy is, so one that I actually bought, Colognes Shiaka Blue, cheap Middle Eastern fragrance. Right now it's like 26 bucks on Amazon. I paid like 20 bucks. But this is an absolutely beautiful fragrance. So all my Middle Eastern fragrances I keep down here, and I have like because I only have 1 Mont Blanc and 1 Spice Bomb, I also have them down here. Now, normally, since this is a Middle Eastern fragrance, I would just put it down with the rest of the Middle Eastern fragrances, move one of the designer fragrances up. However, this fragrance is so good, in my opinion, that I decided to put it up with like my niche and like really nice designer fragrances. I absolutely love it. It's so good. C. Smith, what is your latest cologne buy? And what is everyone's scent of the day? My scent of the day, Tommy Hilfiger's Vibrant Summer. A lot of people on TikTok were saying that I wasn't spraying enough. They were saying like, oh, I do 16 sprays. Which, I mean, I suppose with this fragrance, 16 sprays wouldn't be the worst thing. It would just smell like you have like a lot of sunscreen on. However, I do 6 sprays and I can still smell it. Especially, like, obviously on my shirt, I can still smell it. But even on my skin, it's still projecting a little bit. And I only did 6 sprays. So 16 sprays is not needed with this one, but some people think it is. Kevin, what's going on? Love what you did. Please keep having this scheduled live. I wore green. Oh, you wore Creed Green Irish Tweed. Good choice, Tana. And I will, as I can, do the lives like this where I have them scheduled and then I share the live. I just knew that I wanted to do a live today because I got, like I said, 8 more fragrances. So I definitely knew that I did want to do a live. So let's see. We have 20 people in here. Let's get the likes up to 10 likes because 1, it'll help more people get in here. But also at 10 likes, I will start showing off the fragrances that I got. Right now, I'll start saying the fragrances that I had traded. My 200 ml of YSL L'Homme. I had traded the Gucci Guilty EDP that I had just traded for because if I want a rose fragrance, I'll wear Toy Boy or Burberry Brit. I traded Tom Ford Black Orchid EDT. Then I traded a bunch of samples. I had a 10 ml of Y EDP. I had a 7.5 ml of Mont Blanc Legend EDP. 5 ml of Versace Eau Fraiche. 10 ml of Toy Boy. And then I also traded a 1 ounce of City Rhythm Miami Tropical Confessions. So that is what I traded. I feel like I got a pretty good trade with this one. How was your day? From Tana and Kevin. My day is pretty good. How is your guys' day going so far? But like I said, what is everyone's scent of the day? Mine, Tommy Hilfiger's Vibrant Summer. Pretty good. Now, honestly, a lot of people say that this is like Le Beau. This is not like Le Beau. It's not like Le Beau Le Parfum. The most similar Le Beau to me that Hilfiger gets to is like Paradise Garden, because to me, Paradise Garden is like a slight coconut sunscreen scent. And that's what I get. There's like a slight coconut in here, and it's primarily just a sunscreen scent. So if it is going to smell like one LeBeau, it would be this one, or it would be Paradise Garden, but it really doesn't smell like any of the LeBeaus. Like Axe Body Armor Shop. Like Axe Body Armor Shop? I'm so confused. Great, I lost my AirPods, so you got a new pair instead of cologne. I mean, you got to replace the AirPods, so that's smart. And then also, you know, like, for me personally, I would rather have a pair, like, if I had the choice between a pair of AirPods or a new cologne, I'd go a pair of AirPods. Just because I absolutely love listening to music. But, y'all, please double tap the screen or just hit the like. Once we're at 10 likes, I'll start showing off the fragrances. Axe Body Wash Shampoo. So lost. What about Axe Body Wash Shampoo? I have no clue. But Tommy Hilfiger Vibrant Summer, pretty good. Actually, I'm going to leave this one out because more people are going to ask what I'm wearing. I want to talk about an underrated fragrance. Underrated in the sense that people don't really talk about it because it doesn't last that long. That is the original Spice Bomb Night Vision. This is my favorite Spice Bomb of all time. Now, smelling it, it's a green apple. It's primarily, to me, a green apple, soft, spicy, woodsy scent. There is some slight spiciness right off the top, and there is a red hot chili pepper note, which kind of gives off that slight spiciness. For the most part, it's actually more of a sweeter fragrance opposed to like a spicy fragrance. I enjoy this one. Again, it just doesn't last that long. Twerk Bro? No, thank you. Get Dr. Squatch instead. You're saying that you're getting it? Wait, oh, you're saying for the body wash and shampoo. Honestly, I smell like I've used Dr. Squatch soap. I enjoy it. But dude, I smelled the Dr. Squatch deodorants, and the Dr. Squatch deodorants actually smell pretty good. Let's see. I'm gonna start showing off the fragrances. I'm gonna show off the fragrances that I am giving away. Not, and again, as I said, I'm not like giving these away to my YouTube, but I'm giving these to the kid that I traded because the colognes broke. The two fragrances, first of all, a 3.4 ounce of Prada Black. This is not a full bottle. I don't know how full this is. My assumption is it's probably up to there, so there's probably about an ounce or so in this fragrance. I have Prada Black. If I didn't have Prada Black, I would be keeping this one. I just have a 1.7 ounce, but this 1.7 ounce is pretty full. Also, I tested this one on skin, and it's decently strong. I can tell that this one is definitely a newer batch. It's not nearly as strong as this one that I have. The smell isn't off, but it has a slightly different opening, so I know it's been reformulated. So, Prada Black, 3.4 ounce is what I am giving away. And then I'm also giving away a 2.5 ounce of Maison Alhambra's Tobacco Touch, clone of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Decent fragrance. This is one that I used to have, and then I ended up trading back for it. I didn't even have to give up anything for this one. The kid that I was trading just said that he didn't like it, so he would give this one to me for free. So I'm giving this one to D Samples. Just because, you know, even if it's not the real Tobacco Vanille, something with that Tobacco Vanille DNA, especially on a sample site, will definitely sell decently well. It's gas. I want them to make a coconut castaway cologne. That could be good. That definitely could be good. Sorry if I'm kind of pushy. Rachel, I've never had an interaction with you, so I wouldn't know if you were pushy or not. But yeah, I think these two will kind of make it up to the kid. Now, like, granted, I really only got a bottle of Cobalt because the Gucci Guilty was pretty much empty. But I didn't want Red Tobacco. I didn't want Luxor. And then Starwalker Extreme wasn't that good. He kind of took them off my hands for me. I'm going to wear Cobalt a lot. And then again, I have this fragrance. And then I had this fragrance and I don't necessarily want it. So I'm going to do these, and then I'm also going to buy him like a 6-pack of 1 ounce fragrance bottles off of Amazon, so then he can put them in a bottle that's not broken. Look at the hand emojis. There are no emojis, so I don't know. YouTube could have detected it as like spam or something, but I honestly have no clue. But let's see. Yeah. I want to wait till there's more people in here to show off the fragrances. But I guess I'll just start showing them off. So, a couple of these I've already had in my collection. One of them that I ended up getting back, 2 ounce of Sauvage EDT, still decently full. Sauvage EDT, yes, it's one of the most popular fragrances of all time. For an EDT, it's an absolute powerhouse. Good longevity, good projection. It's this nice ambroxan and peppery. It's this citrus. It's a bergamot ambroxan peppery fragrance. It's good. You are going to smell basic, yes, but you're going to smell good. You're going to smell clean, and it definitely will attract women. Women love the Sauvage DNA. Next one, Prada Luna Rosa Ocean. This one I was debating giving away, but I don't really want to because I don't have Prada Ocean, and now I have 3 Prada fragrances. I have the EDT, I have Luna Rosa EDT, Luna Rosa Ocean, Luna Rosa Black. So I want this one, and Luna Rosa Ocean isn't the best fragrance ever. It's not the longest lasting fragrance. However, I do enjoy wearing Ocean. It's a pretty decent fragrance, so happy to have this one back in the collection. How do you smell niche? Because Dillard's has none. So Art Dillard's actually does have some. Now, they have some Thomas Kosmala fragrances, and they have Joe Malone fragrances now. But honestly, for the most part, you're going to want to buy some samples. Gucci. What about Gucci? Another fragrance that I had in my collection, another Dior. This is that bottle of Dior Homme Intense. Very, very strong fragrance. Smells phenomenal. It's this nice powdery iris. This one is so good. It reminds me of a more elegant Armani Code. Yes, I understand this is not full. It is also only a 1.7 ounce. However, I'm going to save this for special occasions. I don't know why I traded this one. I honestly regretted trading this one so much. I absolutely love it, and it is amazing. Now we have fragrances I have not had in my collection before. I'm going to throw these fragrances in the collection real quick, and then we will continue on going over all the fragrances that I have. So there's Prada Ocean. Let's see. There we go. I have 5 Versace's now. Got to go to bed. Have a good night. Hey, Tana, have a good night. Now, another Prada that I ended up getting. This is Prada's Luna Rosa Carbon. Now, this one, honestly, I have not, really... I've smelt it before, and if I'm not mistaken, it's just like Sauvage with metallics. I can't smell it off of this cap, or off the atomizer, so it's got a spray. Nice Prada atomizer. Smelling it, yeah, it smells like Sauvage. That's nice. That is really nice, actually. Okay, I have smelt Prada Carbon before, but it's been a hot minute since I have smelt it. That's nice. It is Sauvage with metallics. Now, I did just get Sauvage, so maybe that sucks. I got my Sauvage back. However, I'll still wear this fragrance. It's almost like a less peppery Sauvage. So just slightly easier to wear Sauvage. So I'm happy that I got this one in the collection. This one is also a 3.4 ounce. So we're going to be throwing that in. Now I have 4 Prada fragrances. What are your thoughts on Luna Rosa Le Parfum? Luna Rosa Ocean Le Parfum is honestly pretty good. I've seen a little bit of hate on it. Oh, I don't know what I just did with my hair. I've seen some hate on it, but primarily I see a lot of good things on it. And I think it deserves, decently good praise. I'd smelt it. Excuse me. I don't know what I'm choking on. It's a decent fragrance. It's strong for a fresher fragrance, but it's not insanely fresh. It's good though, for sure. D&D, what's going on? GTA, let me tell you something. All right, and we have 2 more fragrances. Again, these 2 new to me. We are going to be testing these ones on the little tester strips. But again, Sauvage, I almost said Sauvage Carbon. Luna Rosa Carbon, pretty good. Luna Rosa Carbon is good for sure. Next, we have City Rhythms Manhattan. This one I'd smelled before, and I really enjoy this one. City Rhythm Manhattan, it's this tea fragrance. There's a tea note in there, if I'm not mistaken. It is this nice, soft, powdery, fresh fragrance with a really good tea note. Ooh, such a good atomizer. Same girl came up to me again. Asked for a whiteout, and she didn't ask anyone else. D&D, that means you guys are dating now. Let's see. In the air, very aromatic, green and fresh. Not green and aromatic in a bad way. Smelling it, okay. Smelling it right off when I first spray it. A little bit funky, just because it is that like herbal medicinal tea opening. However, off the dry down, it's powdery, it's fresh, it's citrusy, it's a little sweet, and it's just like that calming tea. So Manhattan, I'm really excited for. Good to have this one in the collection. I would have only had 2 City Rhythm fragrances, but my buddy pretty much threw that one in as well. Against the D&D, but she ain't it. I don't like her like that. My God. Oh, how was I supposed to know, D&D? And here is the last fragrance trade. This one, here, I will give you guys a hint. This fragrance is a very popular niche fragrance, very widely known and respected brand, gets a lot of hype on TikTok, and it is not a fragrance brand that I have in my collection. So this is an all new fragrance brand to my collection. Let's see, we're gonna do, okay, I am going to move colognes down to the Middle Eastern section. However, I actually need to organize this. I didn't know, but Halloween Man is not Middle Eastern. Halloween Man is actually Brazilian, but it's still kind of like an indie brand, so I'll still keep it down there. But I'm going to put this one, I'm going to put colognes in between, let's see. I'm putting colognes in between Game of Spades and Paris Corner. Well, I guess Joe Milano and Paris Corner. I don't really know why. I don't know why I was making announcements for that, but that's where I'm putting it. Initio, good guess, but no. This fragrance, it's citrusy, so it's like lemony and vanilla-y. It is also extrait de parfum. All of this fragrance line, it has like an original, and I'm pretty sure it has an eau de parfum, maybe a parfum, and obviously the extrait de parfum, because that's what I have. The whole line is pretty much that whole line is pretty popular. However, the extrait de parfum, the one that I have, is by far the most popular. I'll let you guys take maybe a few more guesses if you want, and then I will show it off. Yo, what's up, Micah? DK, how are you doing? And I'll give you guys a hint as well. Starts with an N. Any thoughts on Mind Games? I've never tried Mind Games fragrances. I mean, I suppose I could still speak on them. Some of the descriptions that I've heard sound absolutely phenomenal, like Mind Games Queening, if I'm not mistaken. That's either like a super sweet fragrance or that's like a really good tea fragrance. So a lot of the Mind Game fragrances seem good. However, to me, they seem like some of their drops are primarily like cash grabs. And then some of the other ones seem to be like the most beautiful fragrances I've ever heard of. But it's very odd because they'll drop a fragrance, people are like, oh, this is the best fragrance I've ever smelled. Then they'll drop another one and people will be like, this is the worst fragrance I've ever smelled. Don't waste your money on it. So I think that they're a pretty interesting brand. I definitely will get my nose on them eventually. Okay. Last fragrance that I got. Very excited for this one. This is Nishani Ani Extrait de Parfum 3.4 ounce. First ever Nishani in my collection. As I said, 3.4 ounce, and this thing is pretty dang full. Black Cherry from Mind Games is incredible. I've heard Queening is really good. And then obviously, your recommendation of Black Cherry could seem good. Bro, I was going to guess that for real. Hey, D&D, if you were going to guess that, good job. Bro, this stuff smells so good. It smells good. So, I'll admit, off the cap and right off the opening, it is a little bit rough. But as this dries down, it's this like light, airy, citrusy vanilla. I wouldn't say light because it's an extrait de parfum. It lasts long. For freshly, this stuff is pretty dang strong. Let's get this on an atomizer. Let's get this on a test strip. Okay, atomizer. Nothing crazy. And one thing I will say I do dislike about the Nishani bottles is there's no like threading or anything to screw this in or for it to click in place. It's just held by friction. Now, however, the interesting thing that I've heard is you kind of just like, you let it slide down, and then what it does is like it will stay loose, but after a little bit, apparently it kind of like suctions itself, and then you don't really have to worry about it. So, Nishani Ani, X-Ray de Parfum. I'm gonna wear this one tomorrow. Smelling it, citrusy, airy off the opening, and then that citrusy, it's like a citrusy vanilla caramel that comes in. So good. Tiki Taki, what's going on? No school tomorrow, John. No school tomorrow for me. You should link up with Nubs Fragrances. Me and Nubs will definitely do a live eventually, for sure. Want a fragrance, really, really unique. You haven't got a fragrance in mind. Honestly, Mr. D&D, if you want to save up, Nishani Ani is pretty unique. Like, yes, it's a citrusy vanilla fragrance. I really have not smelt one like it. D&D, some other options I would recommend for you. This will be better for the cooler weather, but City Rhythm Austin, to people, one thing I will say I dislike about the City Rhythm bottles is they will kind of fall apart. So now we got to put this one back on. So City Rhythm Austin, to people, this either smells like an apple pie or like cinnamon applesauce. However, it's this like apple tobacco cinnamon fragrance. So good. You smell very unique, very strong. So D&D, for a cool weather set, City Rhythm Austin is so good and so very unique. And honestly, I'll just recommend another City Rhythm. This one, Manhattan. It's this citrusy. This is almost like Xerjoff 40 knots with this like tea note in there. You get that powdery, rich, citrusy feeling with a tea note. So this one would be good. Maybe not for everyone. D&D, if you want to go on a budget, Codlage Shiaka Blue would be very good. I've been hyping this one up. I think it's very, very good. Now, this fragrance, I'm not going to say it's the most, standout fragrance you've ever smelled. It's a clone of YSL Lone Blue Electrique. However, this is just this phenomenal citrusy, green, floral, musky vanilla. So good. $26, I'm telling you guys. It is worth every single penny. And as soon as this bottle runs out, honestly, not even as soon as this bottle runs out, I might buy some spare bottles of this because I know eventually it will get reformulated. And it lasts decently long. It's not the longest lasting fragrance. But dude, I genuinely might buy some backup bottles of this. It's so good. I tried Side Effects, Last Longs. Wanted to have a little more tobacco. You could barely smell it on me. So D&D, if you like tobacco, then honestly, Austin would be great for you. What's my favorite from the House of Versace? Nathan, great question. My favorite from the House of Versace, I'd have to say it's probably Versace Eros Flame. I love Eros Flame. I have an old batch. A good way you can tell if you have an old batch or not. The newer batches, post-reformulation, will say Versace Eros Flame Eau de Parfum. The ones like this, where mine says Versace Eros Flame, pre-reformulation. How are you doing today? I'm wearing Drakkar Noir tonight. Justin, I'm doing pretty good. How about you? My scent of the day is actually not here. It's right here. Tommy Hilfiger's Vibrant Summer. Apple tobacco is a rare but amazing combo, especially in Coral Fantasy. And here's the thing. It's plenty different than Coral Fantasy. Now, Tiki Taki, I know you weren't giving it the Coral Fantasy comparison, but they're done very differently. That apple isn't very, to me at least, it's not very prominent in Coral Fantasy. It's very prominent in Austin. In Austin, in my opinion. Nishani Ani X-Straight. Very glad that I got this one. That's like kind of all I could say because I'm just happy that I got a Nishani. Let's see. Damn it, now the only thing that's weird. Here's the only thing that I hate. Now there's a weird gap right here. I don't know what to do. We could do... Let's see. Why did I think that was going to work? I have no clue. I'll have to mess around with them a little bit. Might buy that $26 one. Hopefully you don't get disappointed. You have like 4 you don't like right now. More description on that one, please. Yeah, for sure, D&D. For sure, man. Here, hold on. I'm trying to get this figured out because it looks so off to me. Fuck, dude. Okay. Let's see. Collage. This one. And then, actually, the handy thing about Collage D&D is they have the notes directly on the back. So, top notes, aromatic, citrus, and green. Heart notes, floral, orris, rose. Base notes, amber. It's amber, musk, and vanilla. So this fragrance, you spray it. Let's see. You spray it immediately. To me, citrusy green, tiniest bit floral. It starts changing pretty quick. That green citrus opening stays there. At first, that's what you smell, but it changes up pretty quickly. Now it's getting more of a green floral scent, not like a gross green, and now you're getting that musk and that vanilla. Like I said, this fragrance changes up pretty quickly. So now I'm getting this floral, musky vanilla, still like citrusy green fragrance, and this to me, like, all of the fragrances, all the fragrance notes are like blended all at once. You can smell them all at once. When this dries down, you primarily have musk, vanilla, amber, and those florals. The citrus and green notes don't last the whole way. But oh my gosh, it is good. It's this nice, soft, powdery blue fragrance. Very, very good. Going to Sephora next week, you have to test some fragrances. Gonna see what you like. It'll be your first time testing fragrances in a store. Tiki Taki, you could like make a video on it, honestly. And then, I mean, that's just an idea. I don't really like lemon notes if that's what you mean citrus. It's not like, and here's the thing, D&D, even if you don't like the lemon note, you get blasted with like the citrusiness for like 5 seconds, and then it kind of goes away. What do you think of Bleu de Chanel? You have the EDP for a few months folded, and you order the Parfum and the EDT. So me, myself, I'm not the hugest fan of Bleu de Chanel. I think that they're good fragrances, and I definitely see the appeal in them. However, I just don't think that they're necessarily worth it, in my opinion. Yes, they're clean. Yes, they smell good, but they're nothing crazy to me. Wow. I'm very happy with all of the fragrances that I got. I also need to record a video. So I'm good. Let's see. 27 minutes. It is getting late too, so I'm going to get off here at 30. So we got 2.5 minutes. 2.5 minute. I don't know why I just said it like that. We got 2.5 minutes. Let's see. Bang. Right now, I'm pulling out all the fragrances that I traded for because I didn't think about it, but I'm about to record the video for it. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are all the fragrances I have. Yeah, let's see. We got 2 minutes left. D&D. I mean, I think it's pretty good. Primarily, it's a floral musky vanilla. That's primarily what you get. Like, yes, there is citrus in there. I don't know if it's per se lemon because it just says citrus, but it's not the most citrus dominant fragrance you'll ever smell. And again, as I said, it changes up pretty quickly. The citrus doesn't really last in it. You know, you might smell the citrus for 10 minutes in. Bro, I was hyped when I saw you ordered Cobalt. Inspired me to test at the mall. Ordered the 3.4 ounce the same day. Dude, Cobalt is so good. I only got the 1.7 ounce, but I swear when this runs out, I'm getting the 3.4 ounce. Cobalt is... Here's the thing. It doesn't last the longest. If this lasted longer, dude, this would be best fragrance of all time, I swear to God. The scent is so damn good on this thing. So hard to explain how good it is. I love it. Smell of a fragrance on your skin after taking a shower, top 10 scents of all time. For me, it's like when you put on a shirt, like obviously, you know, you've washed it and everything. You put on a shirt, you smell it, and you can still smell your fragrance that you wore last time. Thanks, I'm going to check it out. Does it project good? You know me, I like to stand out. So I do about 5 sprays. I do 5 sprays. I probably get like, I don't know, 2 to 3 feet of projection. It's going to be a fragrance. Now, obviously, D&D, you could just go heavier on the sprays. It's not the strongest fragrance known to man, but it's definitely not weak. Like it's stronger than the average Middle Eastern fragrance, I would say. Smelled Cobalt Elixir, it was trash. I didn't smell Cobalt Elixir. I had the chance to smell it. For whatever reason, I was just kind of looking at it, and I was with my buddy, and he was asking me for recommendations, because he has a job now, and he wants to get a fragrance. He already has some fragrances, but he wants to get another one. I recommended Cobalt, and I saw Cobalt Elixir. I was like, damn, I kind of want to try it, but something told me not to, and I just didn't. See, but that is going to do it. I hope you all have a good night. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day, everyone. Peace. I love y'all. Thank you for the support. If you guys have not yet, please subscribe. I'm like 3 subscribers away from like 3.34K or 3.4K. Something like that. I think it's like 3.34K. Whatever it is, sub if you guys have not already. Have a great night. D&D, have a good night. Nathan, have a good night. Y'all have a good day. Peace, everyone. I love y'all. And D&D, I will text you